tell you, back again, family. I'm your gracious host, Drummer Boy 1980. Hope you're having a good day. If not, you know the old adage. Ask yourself why. Remember, happiness is an inside job. It's an internal affair. You understand? Moving right along. I woke up this morning and I got an email from somebody. They said, you check your comment section? I was like, no. I ain't checked my comment section. They said, because Kevin Samuels commented under it. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, well, it's probably a troll. You know, it's probably somebody that's just using his avatar, you know, because people do that. You weirdos out here, man. So I go to it and I said, well, okay. I see the check. I said, but that still don't make a difference. I clicked on it. I was like, oh, 1.28 million subscribers. Good Lord. So I said all that to say this. Family, you don't never know who watching you. It would behoove you. You heard me? Is you picking up what I'm putting down? I said it would behoove you to make sure you put your best foot forward. Anybody could be watching you from a distance. You don't know. It could be something as simple as what you doing up on the job. Or you might be a business owner. Or how you conduct a business. How you comporting yourself. It could be something as simple as making sure your yard clean. Or anything. You don't know. Make sure you put your best foot forward. Shout out to Kevin Samuels. Moving right along. The Lapeef Network. Guys, did y'all see this episode? Kayla. My God, sister. Oh, I tell you. And let me just preface this. Alright? This is not an ad hominem attack on her. She does serve as a cautionary as hell. You heard me? I'm just using her as a proxy, if you understand. Let's jump right off into this thing.
The way that people eat is not a choice.
Have you ever not had food, Anton?
No, I've always eaten good.
Okay.
Always.
Point proven.
But it's still a choice. I've always eaten good, but I picked and chose whether I wanted to go to the lettuce aisle or whether I wanted to go to that other aisle.
You've never not had food or never had $5 to last.
Kayla, you said that you was raised in a well-to-do family, and now you telling me how poor you was.
I went to school. Well, my education was paid for, but I still had to eat, buy books, buy clothes. Didn't give you allowance? No. I went to school in 2009. My family's business is in real estate.
What does that mean?
I guess if you're not involved in economics, you don't know what that meant. But no, she had money to pay for my education, and that is it. I had to figure the rest out myself. I had to feed myself, clothe myself, buy my own toiletries. I was waitressing. I was doing whatever I could to make sure that I could survive. And I'm grateful for those times because I can identify with people who haven't had. I've identified with people who've worked 2-3 jobs to make ends meet, to eat ramen, to eat trash, to just make sure that they can feed their kids or whatever the situation is. So I think without those experiences, maybe I would feel like you do. But because I was to the point when I worked in a restaurant, it humbled me, where I had to take food home from work because I didn't have food. So I just feel like, and that was also a pride thing. I didn't want to call home and say that I couldn't figure it out. So I figured it out on my own, right? So I just think that everybody needs to have some type of experience like this, humbling experience, to understand.
We all came from the hood. What you talking about?
I just asked you if you've ever been hungry. You said no.
No, I didn't. Even when I was in the hood, I wasn't hungry.
Okay, so you weren't, just because you were in the hood doesn't mean that you didn't have. Because my mom grew up in the hood too, but my grandma also worked 2
you
jobs
literally just told me that your
they never went hungry.
No. You hold on. You just told me that your college was paid for, which means that your parents paid for it, correct?
Most of it, yeah.
But your pride kept you from calling home, no?
No, I mean, I got a on-campus job.
You just said that your pride kept you from calling home.
Yeah, like when I would be irresponsible. Yeah, but
that was a choice. You didn't go to running in the Victim Olympics, man.
It's something about myself that if my parents created the space for me and they gave me opportunity, and I maybe mismanaged money and things.
Oh, okay. So now we.
At first, guys, I was actually feeling what she was saying. I was like, well, okay. And then she kept on talking. And she fumbled. She dropped the ball. She said her pride wouldn't allow her to call home. So she wasn't poor then. That was a choice. She fumbled the bag. But she had enough. But she was probably shopping and just doing what college kids do. Okay. But her pride wouldn't allow her to call home. So I do agree with Anton. This is the Victim Olympics for real. Now, the other thing, Anton, what you call the Victim Olympics, we might got to talk upon that. But this here is the Victim Olympics for sure. She was trying to identify with the poor or just whatever. Now, this was a choice. Oh, I tell you, how people walking backwards, man. My God.
Now we get into the thick of it. The point of it is, that it was a choice. It was all a choice. It had nothing to do with you being poor and starving. You can't sit here and tell me that your parents paid for education for you to go. Where did you go, to Howard? Howard is expensive.
It is.
So you sitting here telling me that your parents paid for you to go. Hold on. Your parents paid for you to go to Howard. You fumbled the bag, made some bad choices, and then you had too much pride to go home, and you sitting here talking about the Victim Olympics as though you was running in it.
No one said anything about going home. I meant calling home for money.
I said call home.
I wasn't calling home for money at that time. I actually didn't call home for money ever. I got a job. I was down for a little bit, but I started making money, and I started actually making good money, and I was making about $1 a week, and I figured it out myself. I didn't need to call home.
But it's still all a choice. It's all you. You wasn't
right, but I took responsibility for my own
You wanted to embrace being poor so that you can relate to people or some crap like that.
That's not pride. When you are competent and you make mistakes, I respect, and my family respects, people that correct them, not ask for someone to help them when someone's already helped you. But so I did what I needed to do. What is wrong with that?
You weren't poor. That's not poor.
Okay, so if I broke down and called home, I wouldn't have been poor, but I was in that situation.
You had a roof over your head.
You wasn't.
Yeah,
but I was
hungry. Paid for you to go to college.
I was hungry though.
Poor.
And you fumbled the bag, and then you neglected to call home.
I didn't neglect to call home. I wasn't calling home because I was going to figure it out, which I did.
But the point was that it's all a choice. That came back to my original point.
Don't have the
wait. No.
Hold on.
No. Because your example don't hit. Your example don't hit.
It doesn't matter. My example,
yes, it
my
does.
whole thing was saying that when you're in a humbling position, you can understand people who don't have choice. People who don't have someone to call to help them. That's what the whole point is that you guys are saying every single person in poverty, it's just a choice that they're in poverty and they could just figure it out. And instead of buying healthy food, they buy bad food because they just like bad food. And I'm trying to let you know that it's not.
Your point don't hit though, because yours was still a choice and you wanted to go through the struggle. For whatever reason, I don't know. I wasn't you. I don't know what your experience is. But your point don't hit with regard to this situation because we're using examples in order to illustrate whether or not things are a choice and people have the decision to do what they want to do versus what they have to do. And you can't use yourself as an example to illustrate what you had to do because everything you did was based off of your own decision making.
What I'm using.
Guys, I do agree with Anton. She trying to use herself as a proxy to speak for poor people. But it's a difference between being poor and you don't have a choice. You relegated to a certain situation or either you marginalized, you held there. You don't have a choice. But with her, she fumbled the bag though. And she was too pride to call home. And she did the rightful thing by trying to just make her way because she had her way, but she dropped the ball. Okay, so she did what any competent adult would do. Make it right. Mend the gap. You heard me.
On other people who are poor who don't have choice. Yes, I am. I was with these people. I work with these people.
You can't. I have to. You can't relate.
One of my good friends that was the bartender where I work had 2 kids, no help. I heard these stories. I live with these people. So you trying to tell me?
You can't relate. No, you can't.
It doesn't matter whether I can relate or not. I'm humble and I have empathy enough to be able to understand where these people are coming from and know the situation. It's not that easy.
No.
Okay,
That's
well, how
fake
about you go
humble.
give out
That's
money to
fake
all the
humble.
people, Anton, since you
I do. I give it out every single day. I've given out
Okay, well, I have a
$6,000
list
over the
of more
last
people for
12
you
days.
that I'll put in the chat.
I
Ready?
do it every day on my show. I give away $500 to $1,000. I invest in people's
Okay, well, I
businesses.
have a
I give
list
it out
of
live
people.
every. No.
I have a
You
list
wanted to
of
call me.
people.
Nope.
Can I give
You
you that
wanted
list
to
of
call
people?
me
Add
out.
me to that list, Kayla.
You wanted to call me out. You wanted to call me out. And so now that you called me out, you
Call
know
you
I'm going
out
to show the
anyway.
receipts. I give out relentlessly. I give out over
Okay, so if
$10,000
it's-
every single
Okay,
month
great.
to the people.
So can I
Hold on,
send
no,
you a list of people in need?
Hold on,
It's
don't
Christmas,
overtalk
it's
me
the
now.
holidays.
Don't overtalk me now because literally on my other channel, I document me going out in the street and literally giving money away every single month.
Okay, so what is the problem with giving more away?
Look, see, you want to get away from what it was that we caught you up in, or that
Again,
I
you've
caught
never
you up
been
in.
hungry, so I don't really. You don't identify.
You're right,
Look,
but
look,
at the same
You
time,
don't
hold on,
identify.
JR, hold on,
If
JR, hold on, JR.
If
But
anyone's,
you know what the
listen,
difference
if
is?
anyone's closer, it's not you.
You know what?
Between
You
the
know
two
what
of
the
us.
difference is? You
It's
know what the
not
difference
you.
is?
So
Nope. You know
why
what
are
the difference
trying
is
to act
between
like
you and I?
identify with these people because you give them money. That doesn't
I
mean
don't.
you identify with them or their
You called me
circumstances.
out and
That doesn't
said,
mean
"How?
you
Why don't
understand
you
them.
go out and get money?" And I proved that I did. The difference between you and I is that I'm willing to admit that I never went hungry because we both came from privileged backgrounds. You unwilling to admit it because you're trying to prove a point. It's okay to be wrong. It's okay to be
I'm not
wrong. You
wrong.
can't relate. You
That's-
can't relate to a person that never had and
I
had to scrape
can't.
it up on
I
their
can't.
own.
If,
You
if,
can't.
if either one of us could, it's me, and it's not you, and that's the fact.
Okay.
No, that's me.
Right.
It's me.
Because you said you never went hungry, by choice or not by choice. You never
You
went
can't
hungry.
relate. You're right, but I'm willing to admit it. You never willing to admit what you were when you were wrong.
Admit what? I just said that I went hungry. What are you talking about?
Or the sleight of hand trick. She called the man out, and the man came back and said, "Well, I do give away money. I gave away $6,000 just now." Good Lord. Sometimes, guys, whenever you in a hole, stop digging. He clearly had her pinned down on the ropes, and she's still trying to wiggle and trying to fight. Just give up. I do agree with Anton. She can't identify with poor people because what she did was a choice. She could have picked up the phone and she could have called home and got money wired directly to her. And that would have been the end of that. But what she's saying is true, but it's not for this situation. Lord have mercy. Whenever you're wrong, just admit to being wrong, guys, and move forward. Get your thinking up. Humble yourself.
Thinking is that women know that their nature, they can sniff out the real. And when you move a certain type of way, and I keep trying to tell these dudes, when you move a certain type of way, you ain't got to worry about getting no chicks. You ain't got to worry about trying to find them. They gonna find you. They're going. Rita's sitting right there. She talking to Rita like, "Oh my God, like what's up?" But by default, that's just the way that you gotta work, bro. You don't have to worry about none of that. You just do what you do, and chicks instinctively know. The nature of a female is to find out who the dopest in the room. She walk by, she stop in her tracks, she wait, she say, "Excuse me," and she come up to me. That's what it do. It ain't got nothing to do with height. Ain't got nothing to do with none of that. You gonna take control if you the man that you supposed to be. It ain't got nothing to do with how you feel. Women are gonna find what it is that they want.
You keep on shining.
Okay. I keep trying to tell y'all book coming out soon. I'm gonna teach these dudes. Y'all keep watching Fresh and let him teach y'all.
Watching who?
Okay.
Fresh from Fresh and Fit. Let him teach y'all. All right,
I've
y'all.
never even seen an episode of that, but I have heard of it.
I don't even know what
You're not missing anything.
y'all talking about.
Ooh, he back in the kitchen. He got on the chef hat. He got on the apron. I see the stove lighting up over there. Huh? Many people can identify with this here, Anton. Anton, you're going too deep. People can't wrap their head around this concept. It's what I call the it factor. It don't matter where they go. It's something different about them. Their vibe is different. Everything they touch, it seems like it turned to gold. No pun intended. But many people can identify with that. I never chased no women. One. I chased one woman in my life. And that was in my younger days. I was stupid then. But I quickly learned. I quickly wisened up. You heard me? Oh. I got my affairs in order. And I noticed women started flocking to me. Huh? You heard me, didn't you? See, you put your purpose first, everything else will be added unto you. Trust me, you ain't got to chase no women, man. All these women out here, huh? I'm a married man. Clearly, I got a ring on my finger, all of that. Women still be after me, and my wife know it. She know it. That's just what it is. I don't make the rules. I just play the game. All right, moving right along.
Guy, then there clearly are other good guys in the league. Are
All
there
right,
not?
cool. So
Or
let
are all
me.
of them just F boys?
Okay,
every
so
single
let
one?
I
me.
mean, it just said
Let
we
me
took it
hold
on
on,
there.
Q. Let me ask you a
How do
question.
you know, Kayla?
Let me ask you a question, Kayla.
A lot of them
So,
are, but there are
you
good
are-
ones too.
You dated former guys in the league, correct? Admittedly. Is that not what you said on a previous show? It's the only way I would
Where
know
you
about
going?
it.
You are such a prosecutor.
Just go to your point. You've
I'm
been trying to
asking
reach
you
all
a
night.
question
Arms
because I'm trying to
short.
confirm what it is that you said.
I just want you to make your point. We're not doing any
I'm not making a point. I'm asking you a question.
I'm not answering it. So move on with your point. I just said that.
Ooh, spicy.
Were they good men? Were they honest
It's
and loyal?
not. I do know a couple, but majority of them are.
Anton, I see you learning the ways of.
Are the men
There are some.
are the league representatives that you dated from whatever league that you dated from, were they good guys or did they sleep around?
She's pleading the fifth.
Oh,
No,
I thought she said ask my question.
I said what I said.
So you're the
And
prosecution.
he's
of
trying to
the-
say
of the
other
thing.
things. He's
I
trying
wish
to
we
keep
had that
going.
down from
He's trying to-
Lauren.
You got no. What I'm saying is you got more experience than all of us. I've never dated a guy in the league. Have you, Jr?
So
Have you,
like
K? Have
I
you, Q?
said,
You the only
no,
one that got
if
experience with dating men in the league.
If Russell
You give
is
us
a
your,
good
your
guy,
expert opinion.
then there has to be other good guys. We don't need to use me. Russell is an actual NFL player we all know and identify with, and it's all public knowledge.
Now,
And
I don't know him
like
personally.
Willis said, prior
You
to
know
the era, he was
people
such
that
an
you've dated in
upstanding
the
guy
league
of moral
personally, so
character.
we asking your expertise
Then
because you have
there
the most
are
experience.
other men of upstanding value and moral character in the league. If Russell can't be one person out of hundreds of men, there have to be other men that are also upstanding men.
Well, she don't want to share her expertise.
Actually, I
with
do
us,
know
so
one.
I guess we
My
can go
friend
here.
Caleb Bishop's.
No, you not. No. We don't want to know your homegirl's boyfriend. If you're not speaking on your own, we don't
He's
want to
Super
hear
Bowl
that.
champ.
We
He's
don't
a
want
guy.
to hear that. We don't care about that.
There's
That's
the
cool.
judge.
That's nice.
Anton relevance.
You just see what just happened, guys? Now, previously, she did bring up that she dated a guy in the league. Now, when somebody asked her about it, all of a sudden, she's salty about it. I don't understand stuff like that. Well, I do understand. Apparently that she got a raw deal, huh? Judging by her actions, but she always want to bring up her friends. Always want to bring up somebody else's name. Instead of just saying, well, yes, I dated a guy and he wasn't no good, or either, yeah, he was pretty cool, and that would have been the end of that. But instead of just answering the question, we have to go all the way around the mulberry bush, all over the mountain, back down the mountain, through the mountain, have to go through the bushes, have to go through the forest. My God, it could all be so simple. Lauryn Hill.
No, you not. No. We don't want to know your homegirl's boyfriend. If you're not speaking on your own, we don't
He's
want to
Super
hear
Bowl
that.
champ. He's
We
a
don't
good
want to
guy.
hear that. We don't care about that.
There's
That's
the
cool.
judge.
That's nice.
Anton relevance. What?
This is not.
All right,
Not.
Not
It's
at
not
all.
work. Yeah,
Not at
she
all.
don't.
He
She
just wanna
don't. No.
be about business.
She don't want to
Instead
talk
of
about.
just making this point.
She don't want to talk about her own
Again,
personal
he
experience,
needs
but
to
she want
use me
She want to
to make
share
his
her
point. He
her
can't just make his
homegirls.
point.
Well, my girlfriend.
Well, because that's public
dated
information.
a
She's
Super Bowl
she's a public
champion.
figure.
What the fuck do him being a Super Bowl champion got to do with the conversation that we talking about right now?
Because he's
If
in
this
the
is not
league and
clout
he's a
chasing
good
at the
guy.
highest level, and he's a Super Bowl champion, what
And
the
he's a
fuck
good
do that got
guy.
to do with anything?
And he is a good guy, which means there are other good guys in the
What
league.
I don't
what
think
do
I ever
him
heard you
being
say the
a
F
Super
word.
Bowl champion got to do with the price of potatoes in China?
I
What
can
do
say
that got to
whatever I
do with
want, and
anything?
I said that. So what now?
That has
Good guy.
no relevance.
He's a good guy.
Look, and then she gonna hold on.
I can have whatever
Q,
2
Q,
cents
Q, Q.
that I want, Anton.
And
Stop
JR,
trying to control
And you know what the
people.
funniest part about
Stop.
it?
It's really weird. It's
She
very
keeps saying her friend's names, and my friend Sarah H. Like we know who the fuck she talking about. Like nobody
Well,
knows
Google
or
her.
cares
Her and your man are
about
both
your
Googleable.
friend's name, bro.
Google them then. Google them then, since you're so familiar with Google. Amira can help you with the Google.
And my friend Sarah H. dated a Super Bowl champion. Like what the fuck?
No, still
She don't want to
dating.
answer the
Amira's like,
question, and then
got it.
she want to jump all over the. Man, get
Yeah,
that
you
shit
have
up
taught
out
me
of here.
this.
Don't nobody want to hear that. Come on,
No,
man.
because Anton.
If you don't want to answer the question, don't start throwing your homegirls and name dropping.
You need to learn to
Name
listen.
dropping.
You need to learn to listen.
No, I don't want to.
You don't listen.
I don't want to
I
answer
told
the
you.
question, but I'm going
I told you I
to.
wasn't answering the question. How many more times
Name
did you
drop.
ask it?
I'm gonna
3 or
name
4 more
drop.
times.
Get out of here with
You
that.
can't-
Don't nobody want to hear all of that
Listening is
talk chasing
important.
name drop. That is
They
the
are.
corniest junk ever, bro.
I don't care.
They are get the.
I really don't.
I don't want to answer the question, but my friend
I don't want to answer
Sequoia
the question, and I
X
did it.
dated a
So
Super
now-
Bowl champion from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Like, what the fuck? We don't care.
So,
You know what I'm saying?
so now what, Anton? Now that you don't get to know my business, what are we doing now?
We don't care about your business.
So why are you
It don't
harping
mean
on not
nothing.
answering this question about my personal business?
It's funny
Sir,
because
you've gone on
you
10 minutes trying to get my personal business.
You're
and you're
corny
mad
for
that I
that.
don't want to give it to you. And now you're mad I want to move on?
we don't care.
Well, now you
We
don't
asking
care.
JR to move on.
Why?
This is the core. No. Okay,
You
all right.
are
No.
really running
Let's
in-
stay
you're like
here.
running
Let's
in
stay
circles
here.
on a wheel or something.
Well,
Let's stay here.
I was the man that just asked the same question
You
3-4
no.
times.
Let's stay here.
Makes
Let's
fun
stay
of
here.
me because I know
Oh
you're
my
doing
God.
it.
Please no.
So you what relevance do you?
No.
Hit it with the shoulders,
name
Q.
dropping
Hit
got
it
to
with
do
the shoulders,
anything?
Q.
Look at Q's hand.
You said you don't care.
Oh, she was name dropping now. Nobody would never knew she dated anybody in the league if she wouldn't have said it on the show. So I don't understand why it's so hard when somebody asks her something pertaining to it. You don't have to get all down into the intricate details about it. Nobody didn't ask you to tell us about your most secretive moment. Just simple. But she do name drop. My friend played tennis with my brother and this and that. That Jack and Jill stuff, man. Do y'all know about Jack and Jill? I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm not gonna say anything. Moving right along.
I want to answer now. My brother, he played tennis with the Venus
Kayla, I think it's all gone. Hey,
with
I
Venus
think
and
it's all
Serena's
gone, Kayla.
ex-boyfriend's trainer. Like, we
been
don't care.
You've been drinking that hateration, right? You mad. You big mad.
And my mother, she started a business, but now I'm running in the Victim Olympics because I wanted to be poor and relate to the people. Like, dog, don't nobody
You
care
are
about that,
so
bro.
mad.
Like, let's be relevant about the conversation, yo.
Don't forget the Captain
And
Crunch.
my girlfriend, and her name is Sarah H. And she was water waving for Pitbull on the stage, and I know that she was successful. Like, yo, we don't care nothing about that, yo.
Yeah,
Can
you
we
always
stick to the
asking me personal
conversation,
questions
yo?
about me.
Because you keep name dropping.
Always asking me stuff.
Nobody would
Always
even
talking
know
about
that
me.
you ever dated a
My
league
name
player
out
if
your
you
mouth.
never mentioned
You
it.
don't care.
And then
It's
when
like,
we bring
that's
up that you
literally what
dated a
haters
league player,
You
you
are
want to get
saying what haters
butthurt
do.
about it. Now I'm a hater? What am I hating on? Why would I hate? What I got to hate on?
I don't care.
JR.
What am I hating on? Tell me what I'm hating on. You ain't sipping that deep.
If
Ain't
you
even,
didn't
ain't
care,
even
then
nothing
why
else
can't
in
you
that cup. It ain't nothing else in that cup. We can hear it. It's going.
I'll refill it for you.
Look, the cup is empty.
Again,
The
you don't
cup
care
is
again.
empty.
My cup is so important enough to
The
me.
cup is empty. What are you sipping? You're not even sipping nothing.
I thought you didn't care. Yet you are watching
It's
every
sippy
single thing I do. Are you
Oh
okay?
my God.
That's weird, bro.
I've never seen something
Let me
like this.
refill my cup so you can get comfortable because good gracious.
Well, it ain't nothing in it, so you can set it where you want. You can throw it on the ground. Ain't nothing gonna come out.
What?
Nice job.
But
I refilled
I do
it.
wanna
Are you
go
gonna be
over-
all right now?
I do want to go over her dating history real quick.
and then can I? Because
Hold on, hold on.
ask Anton,
Hold
hey, taken away.
Hold on.
Like
So Megan Good has been in a relationship with Soulja Boy in 2008 to 2009. Thomas Jones, 2007, 2010.
Cheater.
Nick Cannon,
Cheater.
Jamie Foxx, Alex Thomas,
Ooh,
Joseph
she got a
Gordon,
roster.
50 Cent, Tyrese, Lil Wayne,
I knew she dated 50 Cent. Ew.
Hosea
No
Chan, Chanchez.
Hosea
Bryce
Sanchez?
Yeah, there he is.
She dated Hosea Sanchez?
That's what it says.
Oh,
You know him, Philip?
95 to
No,
98.
He was on the game. He was
Bryce
on the game.
Wilson.
He was Malik on the
And
game.
Marcus Houston.
Let me guess, your friend
Marcus
know him.
Houston.
Marcus.
Your friend dated him?
Marcus Houston.
I
Is
just
that-
watched
is
that
that it?
show.
I was
She
just
dated
wondering.
Marcus
I know you
Houston
know
too,
somebody that's
Caleb.
dating him.
Are you mad? I know
Is that the
people.
man that
What is your
made-
problem?
You know, when you jump in, like,
Good gracious.
She was on the game and she was the backup dancer and she was doing the wall with him.
No, Q asked.
I'm sorry, JR. I don't want to derail
It's
the.
all good. It's all
She was
good.
doing the.
Q, I was
wall
on
with
you
him.
next. Can a man
Anton just trolling her now. He's just riding her back. She's sitting there sipping on air. She ain't had no more water, and she didn't even realize. God almighty. Apparently that he had her wrapped up, had her bind up. She do name drop a lot, you know. And she may as well know a lot of people. But, you know, some people just like the name drop, and some people just stand up on their own too. I might just mention somebody name in passing, but I try not to name drop. Well, it just depends. Whenever that you say clout chase, a lot of people look at that as a bad thing, which in it has a positive connotation and it has a negative connotation. If I want to collaborate with the lead attorney, am I clout chasing? Because he's larger? See, so it just depends on how you look at it. Moving right along.
Her to be what he needed her to be for that moment.
Tampons gave me yeast infection.
What?
What was that?
Yeast infection.
Who got a yeast
All I heard was
infection?
yeast infection. What?
What is going on?
Somebody tell you why.
I think JR is playing a joke. I think JR.
Nah, that wasn't me. That wasn't me.
Trust JR. You can't
No,
trust
that
JR.
wasn't-
'cause
that
he's
wasn't
playing
me.
a joke. Oh,
What is
JR.
the question?
I'm looking around and see who looking yeasty
JR
right now.
played a joke. JR.
I'm trying to see
Who's
who.
looking yeasty?
I'm trying to see who irritated.
Hey, I got a question.
You, what's your question?
I'm trying to see who patting that.
My,
It's burning.
JR said to
my
see who's
question
looking.
Hey, JR.
JR, that
You.
was really weird.
Please, pay no mind.
Really
Cute.
weird.
Oh
So
shit.
my question is, I know you said mold, but besides the molding, was there anything that
Did anybody just hear that ad playing? Now, granted, don't nobody know yet. Don't nobody know who was playing the ad or whatever, right? But clearly, like how JR said, somebody must be irritated. It's probably the one just with the attitude, if you understand that. Let's venture further on, all right?
Who's disturbed?
Oh my god.
Because it was a yeast conversation. Somebody had something playing in their background. I don't know what.
Okay,
Right.
sorry. It was an ad. It was actually the ad that comes up when you click our video. So
Oh, that's
because
you?
I went to go to the chat
Go
to
with
shout
Sarah.
out somebody that just hit my Cash App. So I was just trying to go to the chat. Apparently, JR, I don't know what kind of ads you have running on our video, but that was the ad that
that's
came
YouTube.
up.
That's YouTube. I
That
have
was the
YouTube
ad
Red,
that
so I
came
don't
up
play
when
ads.
I clicked our video.
JR is like, I didn't pick it.
Yeah.
He's calling us
You didn't pick-
mold, essentially.
Okay, well, I don't know who does our ads, but
Q. Okay, so your question is like you said. What about the mold? Can you repeat it one more time because we got off topic?
because you said like your husband molded you, but did you have to? I think molding is different than changing. Did you have to change anything specifically completely? Like do a 360?
Y'all do know that the ads is based off of what you search for on Google and stuff like that.
Oh
Honestly.
my God, and
No, seriously, ads are automatically
trying to
generated. It has
ask
nothing.
And it could.
No,
and also
seriously,
like,
it has
what the
nothing-
topic of
no,
your video is.
Yo, you can Google it. Google listen, if you search for Versace robes on Google or something, and you go to a regular Yahoo site or something, there's a very good chance that the ads that show on that Yahoo site, the Google ads, is going to be generated based off of your cookies that's in your browser.
That's true.
That
not
is
for-
absolutely
not for-
truth.
Not
So
for
that's in
not for
Kayla's
video
browser?
ads. Not for
They
video
are the
ads.
mute
Only
button is
ads
your
that would come
friend.
up.
The mute
Only
button
ads
is
that
your
would
friend.
come up within the web page, not for video ads. Video
What
ads.
okay,
for-
wait.
Video ads for YouTube.
I know. I've been doing this for
I'm
a
only a
long
marketing
time.
director. You know what? You know.
but YouTube is owned by Google, and I've been doing this for over 9 years, and I've made a lot of money. I know exactly how ads are generated. It's based off of what you've put in your browser, and if you know, you know. Real talk.
oh, so our ads different. I didn't know that. I don't know. Our ads different based on like
Somebody tell me something different, because I know that for a fact. I know.
I just did, and you didn't let me speak.
Okay, tell
Kayla,
me,
what is
Mark.
the protocol? I mean, I'm
There's
serious
different
now.
there's different ways. It depends on your personally, but depending on the ads that you're watching, like how the ads come up. So there's video ads. Video ads cost more than retargeting. Video ads are not retargeting. What he's speaking about, when you type something in Google and then you go to Facebook and you see that ad, that's called retargeting. You can't do retargeting through actual ads within videos. It will come up on the side in the search bar. No, it will not. No, it will not. That costs more. Regular retargeting does not do that.
I have never seen a yeast commercial on any kind of video, including ours, ever.
Anton and Kayla,
also, they can target you based on your age. I do this for a living. I can target you.
I do it for a living too. I do it for our channel. I do it for our channel. I know exactly what goes on.
Kayla and Anton, if me and JR open up the same YouTube video right now, will we get the same ad?
No, we don't.
He's going to get things that for people that have targeted his demographic, which is Black, male, 30 plus. You're going to get ads for women that are, that are your specific demographic. That's how it works. When you go to create an ad on Facebook, they ask you, do you want it to be in video? Do you want it to come scrolling up?
But it also is no. And it's also.
It's clearly that somebody got some bread up in the oven some way, if you understand that. Oh. But though, what Anton said is true, and what she's saying is true. But what it is, guys, is that she trying to leave out what Anton is talking about. If you put something in that during search bar and you constantly doing car wash materials or shoes or anything, and it will pop right up on YouTube videos. I know that for a fact, because I have told my wife about it. I'm like, man, this weird, man. These people tracking you or something. But she trying to absolve herself from, it's natural, sis. It's natural. Don't worry about it. Let's move right along.
Ask you, do you want it to be in video? Do you want it to come scrolling up?
But it also is based. No. And it's also based off of.
All these things have.
Add the rest of it, because we both know that it's also based off of your interests. So what it is that you put in these search bars, yes, it is.
Again,
when you target video ads.
Name how many different variables.
Hold on, no. Let me add the additional variables that you forgot to leave out. It also is based off of your interests and what it is that you search for, and all of that other type of stuff. So please do not hit me with the okie doke, because I know all about running targeted ads.
Like 5 other things it could also be. So you're trying to point out one type of marketing retargeting, and I just talked about 5. So what are we doing?
Okay, I'm gonna let that one go. We can rock. I'm cool. Y'all ready to continue the short conversation?
I thought it was really
because people try to take shots and they don't know what they're talking about.
It's not a shot. That's the truth. That is a fact. I'm not taking shots at nobody. Your ads are going to be based off of the interests that people are. Come on, man. We know. You know better. And you didn't even have to say that you was the one that played it. We could have all act like it never happened, and it could have just been. We could have made it seem like I tried to protect you. I was like, yo, that's JR playing. Ain't nobody taking no shot at you.
He's gonna do.
I thought it was JR playing a joke. You outed yourself.
I'll take yeast for 200.
Outed what?
Why? Whatever.
That was.
Come on, man. I'm trying to move on.
I think that was me.
You still talking about it? You still talking about it? We're not even talking about that.
All right, y'all. Let's get off this yeast.
I really like though how yeast and mold were mentioned together.
My apologies, Mir.
Y'all are weird people.
I know that you and Q was having a discussion.
That doesn't matter.
Get back to that. Doesn't matter anymore.
Mira and Q, it's over. They
like whatever.
Okay.
They tried.
The Google.
Ladies and gentlemen, learn a lesson from this here. Keep your mouth shut sometime, because Anton is telling the God on the truth. He said that it's JR trying to play a joke. And if Kayla would never said that and opened up her mouth, nobody would never knew. It would have been swept up under the rug, moving right along. I always say this old proverb, fish would never get caught if it wouldn't open his mouth. It's an old proverb. And she opened her mouth, and look, we talking about Marita Bread. You see that? Sarah Lee, all of them. Keep your mouth shut sometime. This is a prime example, apparently, that you were looking for some type of relief, and it popped up in her ad. But moving right along, guys.
But I don't know. I feel like I see women changing more than I see men changing when it comes to marriage. I see women that, have been maybe promiscuous or whatever, changing and sitting that down. Once they have a baby, they turn into. I've seen girls have a baby and be Mother Teresa. Now I'm cracking jokes because I'm like, last year, before you had this baby, you was whatever. But men usually don't change as easily. Like however they were, however they've been living all these years, they may make you think that you're the only one or whatever, but they're probably gonna go back to doing what they were doing, which is sleeping around with a bunch of different women.
So are you saying that men don't change? Once a cheater, always a cheater?
I'm so confused.
No, I'm saying you can, but it's very unlikely. When we look at the comparison, turning hoes into housewives, I see it more happening. The point is I see it more likely with women than with men. If a man is that kind of man,
be a hoe.
I see the likelihood of him changing a lot lower than if a woman was, promiscuous, whatever, changing. I see the likelihood of a woman changing much higher than the likelihood of a man changing.
A man can't be a hoe. It's not the same. It's not the same.
Here we go.
You got that glow, okay?
It's not the same.
It is the same. People that don't have self-control and that put their private parts on whoever, whenever,
I do believe
however,
that men should have
those are
self-control, but men can't be hoes. And the same, it's almost like
men and women need to practice self-control. Just because you're a man does not mean you should be putting your penis everywhere.
Okay, so let me ask you a question.
And if you're doing that, you're a hoe. Sorry.
Let me ask you a question. Is it? This is not the exact same scenario, but I'm just saying it's a difference between when men do things and when women do things. If a guy sleep with two women, is it the same as a girl sleeping with two guys at the same time?
No.
Thank you. Exactly. You cannot always compare. It's not an apples to apples comparison. It's a completely different scenario. A girl that's for the streets is much different than a man. Although I do believe that men should exercise dick discipline, you cannot compare it. It is not the same thing. Not at all. Not even a little bit.
It's community dick. You can make it sound, men can do it, whatever. I don't care.
I just said that I'm an advocate against not having dick
penis,
discipline.
You are a hoe, okay?
I don't even think you be listening to what I be saying.
You said if you have a penis, you a hoe.
If you have a community penis.
Oh, community penis, okay.
You are a hoe. I don't care. I'm a man and I can sleep with 5 different women this week and 5 new women the next week and 5 new women. I don't care what you're talking about. You are a hoe and you need to practice some self-control. ASAP.
Well, she makes a good point, but there are biases in the world. We just play the game. Yes, if a woman sleep with 50 men and a man sleep with 50 women, they are not going to be viewed the same way. That's just a bias. That's just what it is. Simply because a man can just sleep with 50 women, get up, it does not damage him psychologically. But let a woman start getting ran through, that woman will become psychologically unstable. And that's just the long and the short of it. There is biases out there in the world, man. And I do agree that men need to practice discretion. I do, yes. Of course they do. But at the end of the day, this is a bias. Women have biases that work in their favor too. Like, I expect the men to pay the bills, right? Okay, that's a bias, right? I pay bills in my house, you heard. But moving right along.
Oh, that's just, listen, a guy that's been with,
but I can consider him a hoe. You don't have to, though.
Cool. A guy that's been with a lot of women doesn't necessarily that doesn't necessarily raise a red flag as far as if a woman is going to determine whether or not she's going to talk to a man, more than likely. Whereas if a woman comes out and she says, I've been with 100 different guys, it's going to be more of an issue than it is on the other side. Life is full of double standards. That's just the way that it is. There's some things that women can get away with that men can't, and there's some things that men can get away with that women can't. It doesn't make it a double standard. It just means that's just life. That's just the way it is. It's not equal. Everything is not equal.
Do you guys agree? What you say, Kayla?
I agree. We can't be compared sexually. No comparison.
Agreed.
Yeah.
And that's fine. I'm just saying it's not okay. And I don't care.
Kayla, you don't agree?
I said that's fine. That's the way life is, but I don't care. It's not acceptable. I don't want that. Get away from me. That's nasty.
So are you asking the men?
So personal.
Yeah, like are you asking the men how many sexual partners they have?
I don't think we should have a bodies conversation.
Right. So then,
yes, we should.
So how do you know then? Like, how do you know if they how do you know if they're not messing up by women?
Bodies matter.
Dating someone.
Bodies
just
matter.
Dating someone, they're not your person. and you're
Bodies
just friends
matter.
with them, you're just dating with them, you're just getting to know them, and you see how they move around, you learn a lot.
Bodies matter all day long, every day, all day long, especially for women. Bodies really matter for women.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, they matter. Yes, they.
Yes, they do. Bodies does matter, especially with a woman. I wouldn't be caught dead with the neighborhood thought, Nah, we ain't doing that. Especially my lady. Oh, no, we ain't doing that. Nah, bro. You might be a jump off or something, or you might just be something just to have fun or something to do. But as far as getting into a committed relationship with you, which one of y'all want to be with a woman that have been with your brother, your cousins, friends, people you know, people you don't know? Ain't nobody want to be with no woman like that. She for disgrace, for sure. Payment walkers. No, man, we ain't doing that. Now, a man body count works differently for a man versus a woman. Women view men that get lots of women as desirable, Either that's the truth or either that's a lie. Let me say that again for the slow kid. Most women view men that gets lots of women, that have been with a lot of women, he is desirable because of their curiosity. I'm teaching you something right now, right? Because apparently he's doing something right, because if he can bag all of these women, surely that he knows something, or he got something going good for himself, right? But a man view a woman that has been with a lot of dudes, oh, she easy. She's a $2 whore. That's what men think. And that's just the way it is. Right, wrong, or indifferent. You heard me. Moving right along.
Make your point.
Are you listening?
Answer the
Because you're
question.
bringing up
Answer the
stuff we
question.
just spoke about.
Answer the
I
question.
don't have the energy.
Of course you don't, because you don't have the answer. Just say that. Just say that. If you don't want to keep getting cooked for the night, then you can be quiet. You can resign.
I really don't. I really didn't even want to come.
Then you.
And you're
hey,
getting on
listen.
my very last nerves.
Listen.
Because
you
I'm
on the
I'm
panel,
trying to
you
speak.
gonna get this work
I'm
like
simply
everybody
trying to
else. I am an
speak, and
equal
you keep cutting
opportunity
me off.
work giver.
You
I'm
keep
an
cutting me off, trying to insult me.
You overtalk people all day long.
Bro,
Ain't nobody got no
bro,
sympathy for you.
Bro,
Ma'am.
no.
Ain't nobody got no sympathy for you. You cut people off just as much. You gonna get this work like
literally
everybody
just
else.
said what I said, and you
So what?
repeating it like you can't hear. That's why I asked you, are you having a problem hearing?
I'm not. I can hear you fine.
Okay,
Are you
so
having
me
are you having a
What
problem
did
listening?
me and Q just say?
Are you
We
having a
just
problem?
said-
No, you're
we
not
just
quiz me.
said-
I don't
we
answer
just
the. You think I'm about to
said
answer to
except
you?
for Amber. We
I
just
don't
said
answer
except
to
for
women.
Amber.
What
Did
did
we
me
not
and
just
Q
say
just
that?
say?
Because Q just brought up Amber.
I'm
And
not
I
talking to
said
Q.
except
Q is
for
dope.
Amber, 'cause she
Q
made a
is dope.
career
That's my
off of
homegirl. I ain't got
social
no.
media, but
Q is
everybody else
Q
on
is
there
my
has
baby
their
girl.
own career
I'm gonna make sure
in
Q
their
taken
own
care of.
Right. Nobody can
This
hear us
is
both
work for
talking
you.
at
You're
the
right.
same
So
time. Are
be
you gonna
quiet
stop
then.
talking?
So be quiet then. So be quiet then.
All right.
When
you're
I'm
right.
talking Q, she be like, you know what? Let me step back because Anton is talking right now. Every single time. When I start talking, Q be quiet. When I start talking, Amira be quiet. You can keep talking all you want. Oh, let me guess. Her computer is down again.
Anton, how come I'm the only one that
No,
didn't
my
get
computer's not down. I
shout out?
just don't want to talk to you anymore. I'm done.
I saw you mention Amira, Q, Kayla. So
It don't matter. You can still hear. She can still hear because you see how she came back on camera when she wanted to again.
What's going on here?
Going on.
What's happening?
Anton, she didn't
Hey,
do
Q,
it.
what is that? Is that a fan?
It's a fan. Like, my body's getting hot and the rest is cold.
Oh my God.
What is going on?
Oh no, it's right. Did she drop off?
Anton,
Hello.
Did she leave?
text you later because I really want to know the answer.
Hey,
to what I
text her
just asked.
and tell her to come back.
Well, she bowed out gracefully, guys. You see the jump off camera. And Tom be trolling her sometime now. Shout out to them guys, man. Lapeef and Tom and Kay. Kay was kind of good on this episode, wasn't she, guys? She wasn't too mouthy. Nah, she was pretty good on this episode. About time. Shout out to everybody, though, man. Guys, hit that like button. Appreciate y'all, guys. Hit that share button, guys. Spread the message. Disseminate the message real quick, all right? Hit that cash app if you ever so kindly. It's Christmas time, man. Hit that subscribe button, guys. I appreciate y'all, guys. My number going up gradually. Appreciate it. Last but not least, thanks for coming. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you. Without you, there is no me. I wouldn't have a voice on YouTube. Till next time, ladies and gentlemen, peace.